Okay, good morning. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to be talking about creating a farm area and what you can do to best get your name out there in the neighborhood where you want to start marketing yourself. And we use a couple tools. We use Cole Realty to do this, and then we use our KV Core platform. So I'm going to start by walking you through how to get into Cole Realty. And so what you want to do is be logged into weichert1.com. Right? And this is a different website. This is kind of our backend portal for the agents and stuff like that. One thing to remember is if you haven't signed up for direct deposit, please do so immediately. They do not have paper checks anymore, so you got to do everything through direct deposit. And if you're not signed up, go in here under Money Matters and click Enter, and it will allow you to set up your direct deposit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here on the left under Associate Information, and it'd be great if you guys kind of did this along with me. So log into weichert1.com. Just as a reminder, it's your same username and password as your myWeichert login. On the left side, under Associate Information, you want to click here on Cole Realty Resource. Right, I'm going to click here. And this will take us on to Cole Realty. And Cole, again, is our backend database system for prospecting. Now, when you go to this page, it should be default under Prospect IQ, and you can tell if the first line here says zip code. I'm just going to click on it again, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. But I'm already on that page. If you're on something else like neighborhood search, it would have a house number. Again, we want to be under Prospect IQ, this big green one. Now, what you need to do is you need to establish which neighborhood or which zip code you want to focus on. And some of our agents have 4 or 5 or even 10 zip codes that they're marketing to. All I require is that you start with at least one. And ideally, you're going to be doing 2 or 3 at any given time. You know, many neighborhoods have multiple zip codes in them, but keep your focus down to one area to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the zip code. And I'm going to do Williamsburg 11215. Everything else can be left blank. Under step 2 can all be left blank. And again, because we're establishing our email farm area, we want to click here on emailing, right? What type of list would you like to create? Emailing list, right? Because we only want contacts with an email on file. I'm going to hit search. And we'll give the system a minute. What it's doing is it's processing that zip code and pulling whatever leads they have. And you'll usually get in New York City this thing that says your search exceeded, and we hit OK. Right? And here, now we have 7,324 names with some address associated. And again, it's a PO box. Who cares, right? It doesn't really matter. And their email address, right? So Olga, here's Olga's email. Alvaro, email, Katrina, email, right? So this is a great list that we can then export from the system. So again, we can only export 1,500 contacts at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on the left under pages, right? And I'm going to do 1 to 14, right? Because each of those has 100. And so what we're getting is we're getting all these people selected. What do I want to do with the records? We always want to export into a CSV, a comma separated values file. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to then click on download, right? And what it's going to do is the system is going to pull these. I'm going to save this file. Is going to pull these 1,400 contacts, and they're going to be on my computer now. Again, I can open this. It's going to be basically a gibberish file that I can't really do anything with, but that's okay. Because the file is going to be set up in a way. Let me just share my screen so you can see this. Right? So it's going to be a way. We've got all these contacts, right? And so it's going to be in a way that we can then upload it into our CRM system, right? So again, I did 1 through 14. I'm going to do 15 to 20. I'm going to hit download, right? I don't have to click on anything. I'm just going to click download. 21 to 36. Download. $37 to $42. And again, because I have 7,324, I have to do basically 15 pages at a time. I'm going to have 7 different downloads that I'm going to do. 43 to 50. 3. Right, and just keep downloading these. And do 71 to 74. I'm gonna have 5 different ones, not 7. I apologize. Right. So again, take the time now to do these steps, right? So that you can do this along with me. So pick your zip code and go through, 15 pages at a time and download all the contacts, right? And that's basically it from Cole Realty, right? Now on my computer, I have 5 different files, all with contact information from that zip code. So once you're done with that step, you're going to go into myWeichert, right? And again, myWeichert, the homepage here, is our CRM platform, but it's also our marketing platform. And so one of the great things that we can do is we can import these contacts into KV Core so that we can start doing things with them, right? So I'm going to go under lead engine here on the left, right? And then I can go to one of 2 places. I can go to here, bulk lead imports, or I can go to here, bulk lead imports. So I'm going to go here and click on it. Now, the system automatically has a way that they'll kind of scrub the leads and make sure they're going into the system correctly for you. So I always like to do that because it's much easier and it's a pretty quick system. So I'm going to go to submit file, right? And we just have to go through these prompts. So we're going to accept the terms and hit next. And because I've used this before, my information auto-populates, but if not, put your name and contact information. I'm an agent located in the United States. I want the leads assigned to me, and I own these leads. I can then choose a file. I'm going to pick my first one. Do I have an associated lead note file? No. What is my preferred status, right? So as we talked about last week, status is important. And because we don't have any relationship with these people, I would always recommend taking them in as a prospect, right? These are people that you're working on getting to work with you. Do I want to apply a hashtag? Yes. And what I want to do is I want to put in that zip code, right? Because even though I'm importing these as 5 separate files, I'll be able to pull this whole database of people together because I've assigned them all the same hashtag. What type of deal would I put them in as? I'm just going to put them in as a buyer. That's my default, to put them in as a buyer. Do I want them to receive automated alerts? No, and I don't want any smart campaigns run on them. I'm going to hit submit file for processing. And there we go, right? And again, I'll do this again. You want to click on submit a file, accept the terms, hit next. First name, last name, email, phone number, right? I'm an agent in the United States. I want them assigned to me. I own the leads. I'm going to choose my second file. No lead notes. What is my preferred status? I want them as a prospect. I want to add that hashtag of the zip code they came from. They're buyers. I don't want alerts and I don't want smart campaigns. And I'm going to submit it, right? And again, all we have to do is just keep doing this. Submit file, accept the terms, right? So this honestly takes about 5 minutes to get this whole zip code in here. Choose the third file. I want them as a prospect. I'm going to add the zip code as the hashtag. These are buyers. I don't want automated alerts. And I'm going to submit. And again, they say it takes up to 3 days. Usually it's within 24 hours that they'll be in my system. And this is the important first step, right? I'm just going to keep doing this. Right, and just keep going through. No, no. Just gonna keep doing this until I get them all in here. Agent, United States, me. No. Prospect. Yes. Right, so you guys should be doing this along with me so that these will be in there. I'm like, no. And submit. I'm gonna do it 2 more times. Again, should have this down pat by now. It's pretty simple. I'm an agent in the United States. I want them assigned to me. I own them. I'm gonna choose my file. Please import them as a prospect. Yes. Buyers. No. One more time. And you can hear these pingings. This is my computer going off with all these leads in them that they're coming in. No. Prospect. 215. Buyers. No. And that's it, right? So those 7,400 people should be in my database by tomorrow, right? And so we do have to wait a little bit for this, but we can kind of go on to the next step, right? And what is the next step? The next step is putting together an email to introduce yourself to whoever these people are, right? And we can do that through this system, right? We can automatically do that. So I'm going to go over here on the left to marketing. And then I'm going to go here to the bottom left where it says scheduled mass emails, right? So we can now create an email to send out to a group of contacts. And the reason that I put that zip code in as a hashtag is that all of these people are now going to be associated with that 11215, right? So I can send an email to go to that entire zip code. So how do we do that, right? So from here, you can see kind of a history of ones that I've sent out. I'm going to go to schedule email. Now in here, what we want to do is we want to say who we want this email to go out to, right? And so we're going to check off here contacts with hashtag. And again, what we're doing is we're creating the draft email that we're going to send out later while these are processing in the system, right? So I'm going to put in 11215. And again, it's going to search my system and see if I have that in as a hashtag. Now, because I just created this, and I don't think I've imported them before, it might not actually pick up on the fact that I do have some. But I know I have 11231 in there. So scope, again, I want it to send to me. When do I want it sent? Again, I'm going to put it for some time in the future. I'm going to put it for the end of March, even though I'm going to change that. I can pick the time, let's say 3 o'clock. And I have a couple options, right? If I want, I can create a template or I can use one of the templates, right? And if you type in Soho, it will have a bunch of different templates that we have, right? Just listed, just sold, newsletter, coming soon, whatever this stuff is, right? Now for me, I just want to do a very easygoing blank email with some information to these people for my first introduction, right? And the whole idea with creating this farm area is that once these people are in the system, you never have to go back and kind of keep adding to the list because you already have that full zip code in here. So I can send an email today or tomorrow, or as soon as these have processed to that whole zip code, I can send it next week to the same people. I could schedule all these to go out in the next 5 weeks, let's say, and 5 emails, but we're just going to keep it super simple, right? And all I want to do is send a very basic text so it doesn't go anywhere, doesn't go into a spam filter, email to people in this neighborhood saying something of value to them, right? Let's just say hot market in Red Hook, new townhouse for sale, right? Because I have a townhouse for sale right now in Red Hook. And let's just type something. Dear neighbor, I hope your spring is off to a great start, or whatever you want to say, right? Hope you are as ready for spring as I am, given as I am. My name is Jason Bauer, and I am an agent with myWeichert Properties. I currently have an amazing townhouse for sale in Red Hook. I can use as a single or multifamily property. Amazing renovations. Lots of light from 3 exposures. Let me know if you would like to set up a showing. Given the historically low interest rates, as well as a lack of inventory, it's never been better time to sell. Let me know if you would like a market analysis. Get more information about how you can best take advantage of the market. Check out everything for sale right now on my website. Looking forward to hearing from you. Right? That's it. Super simple email. Maybe you have a rental listing and you want to get it out to the neighborhood. Maybe you're looking for something, right? My buyers, Joe and Sally, are looking in your neighborhood and there's nothing on the market that fits their criteria. Do you or anyone you know have any interest in selling, right? Whatever it is, it's all about getting your name out there more. And by sending the email through the myWeichert system, it's then going to capture anyone who goes to your website or who checks on the email or who interacts with it. And again, you will get a number of people who say, unsubscribe, where'd you get my information? Like, take me off this. And that's no problem, right? We can easily archive any of these leads. The emails won't go out to them anymore. Once you're done, and again, tailor this so that it's in your voice and just letting people know the services that you have. I always say the best thing to do is not limit yourself, right? I talked about the fact I have a listing for sale and it's a great market. And if you want to get a valuation of your home, let me know, right? These are all things we can do. Maybe you have a rental listing, but you're also working with buyers. Maybe you have a sales listing, but you're also looking for something for rent, right? Whatever it is, let these people know, because you don't know if these are going to be buyers, sellers, renters, landlords, whoever it is, right? So we want to kind of capture as many people as we can by allowing them information that could be useful to them, right? And that's it, right? I sent an email that's then going to go out to a number of people. Again, I put this, let's put this in the future again, March 23rd. Oh, you got hit okay, sorry, that's my March 23rd. There we go. We want to send at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., right? And I'm going to hit schedule. 11231, right? So I'm just going to hit schedule here, right? And again, it's not going to send this now. I'm sending this out March 23rd. Again, set it for some date in the future so that you can come back to it and finish it, right? And here we go. Because I use that filter, 11231, this is sending out to the almost 4,000 people that I have in the database with that hashtag, right? And that's from me sending this before. And again, contacts with hashtag, right? Let's say we want to do 11215, which again might not come up because I don't think I've created it yet, but any hashtags you have in your system, it should pull up. Let me just try to schedule this and see what happens. Yeah, see, it's not picking up on that. 11231. It will pick up on that. Give it a second. Oh, Zach, do you have something? Sorry, I think you're muted.
No, I was gonna ask about another feature of the neighbor search for sales, but I wanted you to finish what you were saying.
So that's basically it, right? Your first email should be some sort of introductory email about yourself, right? And again, because those other leads haven't posted yet, I can't do it. But as soon as it's in the system, you'll start getting these emails so that you know that they're loaded. Again, it takes about 24 hours. So, again, you can upload them now. Tomorrow you'll have them. I can help you edit the email that you're sending out and go from there. And again, why would you do this, right? Well, because it works and because not a lot of people are doing this. So whatever neighborhoods you're focusing on, again, pick one or two. Again, pick a neighborhood or two in a certain, in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, in Queens. We can pull these for anywhere in New York State, and just give them information, right? So maybe again, my first email is hot market in Red Hook, new townhouse for sale, right? Maybe my next email is, hey, I've got renters looking. Are you looking to rent your property, or do you know anyone who is looking to rent theirs? Maybe the next week I pull the Red Hook market report from Urban Digs. I pop it into the email. Hey, here's what's happening with the market in your neighborhood, right? It's all about helping people and giving them information of the services that you provide or what's going on in their neighborhood, right? And even if they just bought a year or two ago, they probably want to know what's happening, right? Maybe they made a lot of equity. Maybe there's other things. And so if you send one email to one or two zip codes every week, right, with different information in it, you will get a bunch of unsubscribes, but you are likely to get at least one or two leads from this. And I'll use the example. One of the agents, she sent out this to the West Village about a week ago, saying that there's really no rental inventory. If you or anyone who's looking to rent, let me know. She went on a rental listing appointment and got what's probably an $18,000 to $20,000 rental off of sending these emails. And the best part about this is that there is no referral fee due on these because these are leads that you're creating yourself, right? There's no lead network fees, there's no OpCity fees, there's no Rocket Home fees, any of that stuff, right? You are creating your own market, and that's one of the best things we can do, right? And so this is the simplest way to start farming in a specific neighborhood. Does anyone have any questions? Zach, I know you had one that you said was sort of related, but maybe not on this.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of wanted to ask about the from the listings getting side of things. So essentially, like, there's a direct way of searching for through Cole. I think you told me this before, but through Cole to find like more sales related, like people who are looking to sell their property in the future, or did you just, I think you kind of covered that also just now.
Yeah, so there's two things that you can do. So number one, again, I'm back in Cole Realty. I'm clicking on Prospect IQ, which is already default checked. So if you're looking for someone who wants to sell their home, there's no specific list of potential sellers, right? But I would just do this and send it to the whole neighborhood, right? Because within the same number of steps, I can pull every single person in the neighborhood. The other thing that you can do is you can check confirmed homeowner here, but watch what's going to happen to the number of people. And again, this is not 100% accurate. So I'm going to check under step 2, confirmed homeowner. And I'm going to click on emailing again. And it's, oops, what just happened? Let me go back to Prospect IQ. Right, I'm going to click confirmed homeowner, emailing, and I'm going to search. And it's going to go down to 4,386 people. Again, it's still a lot, but these are people who, through their records, are confirmed homeowners. So if you wanted to send a more targeted list, you could. It would take you basically another 20 seconds to pull those extra 3,000 people. And in my mind, I would rather cast as big a net as possible to try to find people rather than by taking off 3,000 people just because the system's not saying they're confirmed homeowners.
Gotcha. So when I go to Cole though, or at least the part that I'm looking at,
Yep.
all right, let me just restart this.
You
'Cause I
always
saw
want
you
to
start.
check on prospect IQ.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't press that. I thought because
Yep.
it was green and raised that it was
No, it should be the default, but if it sometimes neighborhood search it. So you
gotcha.
just want to check on prospect IQ.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with this a lot.
Yep, and there are some training videos in here. Again, I'll put this recording up online so you can kind of walk through it, but it really only takes you about 5 minutes to pull an entire zip code worth of people, and it takes you about 2 minutes to create a quick email, right? And it should all
Right.
be in your voice, right? Nothing's wrong. I always say the best thing to do is cast as wide a net as possible, right? If you have someone looking in Red Hook for a single family, it's the same number of steps to send an email saying my clients Joe and Bob are looking to buy in your neighborhood as it is my clients Joe and Bob are looking to buy a single family in your neighborhood, right? And why would you not get people to reach out to you who maybe have a condo or a co-op for sale or a multifamily versus limiting yourself, right? So you put enough information to get a response, but not so much information that you're going to discourage people from reaching out to you. That's why at the same time we say, in case you're not looking to sell, here's so you can look at everything that's on the market on my website, right? You guys all have your own personal website linked to whatever MLSs or RLS you're a part of. And that way they can see everything that is on the market, right? So
Right.
it's all about casting a wide net and kind of refining down from there. And you'll have people start playing with your platform, looking at stuff. Maybe they never get back to you, but some of those people in weeks or months will get back to you. So any lead that comes into the system is a reasonable lead.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, that's it from me. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you guys.